Call the meeting to order. First thing there, we've got the approval of the agenda. Is there any additions, deletions, corrections?
Make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second it.
Okay, got a motion and a second. Any other discussion? If not, we'll call for the vote. All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. That, we'll go down to the next item is approve the minutes from last week's board meeting. Has everyone had a chance to review those?
I thought they read well. If there's nobody's seen anything else, I'd like a motion to accept those.
I've also read them, and I'll second that motion.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. Any other discussion? If not, we'll call for the vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, the first item of business is secondary roads. Dave?
Morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Morning.
Snow all off the roads this morning?
Oh, no.
A week ago, there was still snow in the ditch on Highway 30, a week ago today.
Mhm.
There was still snow in the ditch north of, or east of here, too.
Yeah. North there was Saturday. I seen it.
I slept in this morning,
Oh,
so I
God.
didn't go check. I think I only got about a week left of this.
You want me to call you in the morning and make sure you get up?
That'd be good, yeah. BR 549.
Yeah, I'll find you.
Shoot. First thing I have is contracts for the box culverts, the 3 box culverts, Midwest, for Marshall, Minnesota, Midwest Contracting. They've sent these through, and they've sent through their shop drawings for the culverts, the manufacture of those, so we're hopeful that they want to start maybe early, but we never know with them. They could be just getting their ducks lined up and getting ready to go, but things will be in place when they want to go, the way it looks. I believe we've awarded the contracts, but the chairman has to sign 2 contracts, and there's 2 bonds in here, a place to sign on. We can fill out the dates and the rest of it then.
Sign in blue.
Sure.
Need a motion to that effect?
I think that'd be great.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to authorize the chair to sign the contracts.
I'll second that.
Okay, got a motion and a second to sign the box culvert contracts. Any other discussion? Now, call for the vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Got a number of utility permits and drains, but I passed these locate maps around to show where they are, so I didn't forget. I think we've got like 5 drains, about the same amount of utility permits too. Sure. Okay, if I keep going, Marty?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll listen as something.
First utility permit is, see that Fricky REC and West Central Rural Water, we've got 2 of them. They're building a building out there on I think it's 180th Street. And
Is it on the north side of the road?
it is.
Yeah.
Probably. I think there's a
Section
building
8.
there already and some trees.
Yes, yeah.
It's just west of that existing building. So it's going
Yeah.
on the west side of the driveway.
It's more where the test plot was. where they
Yeah,
had the-
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a picture of the one for West Central Rural Water. Let me see if I can find the one for,
All right, so those are 2 separate permits?
2 separate
Oh,
permits,
For the
yeah.
same location?
For the same location. And here's the one for Raccoon Valley Electric Co-op, same thing, almost looks identical. They're both coming from the south side of the road up into that section.
Well, this isn't, this is that Bear Peach ground. on the corner.
Yes.
His,
They
yeah.
Took the new place.
I think they've started work on that.
Some dirt work has happened there already, and I can do flags up, I don't know, I haven't been by there for a week.
I think they might even have some concrete out down. Down.
Okay. I think I was by there last week one day.
You want me to do the whole pile?
Yeah, we can do that, and then just approve it all at one time.
There'll be a lot of signing, Marty. Velvet down north of Coon Rapids on N44. We have 4 permits from Raccoon Valley. One of them is for poles. I'll give you that one first.
I don't know, amendment.
Oh, okay.
So
There
that
are-
affects these 4 sections, 15, 16, 21, and 22.
Yes.
And then this may be paid for utility permits.
Must be. Then the next 3 are just roads crossings
Okay.
in that same area. This first one is between 15 and 16. You use a rural address or something like that.
Hmm?
Use-
I use just a section in township.
Okay.
'Cause a lot of times there's no address associated with it yet, you know, when you bring them in, and if it's something new.
This one is between 15 and 16. Hopefully I didn't give it the same one there.
Oh, no.
This is a road crossing between 21 and 22. Same with this, it's a, and this is a road crossing between 21 and 22 at a
Okay, over there on the left.
further south down the road. There's 2 of them there.
Same one?
Yeah, it's basically the same location, this one.
This is 3701 Velvet.
These are the same too.
They look like they're the same, but they're not.
They're separate.
Are
But
the
there's
green
two-
dot- Are the
two of
green
each one.
dots then the drains we're gonna talk about?
They are.
So I've got 4 permits from REC along there, and then the other ones were what?
Rural water, rural water up here.
Yeah, and REC up there.
And obviously up there.
So there's 6 total, 1, 2, and then 4 here.
6 total permits, yeah.
Okay.
There's that one on the curb, above the curb.
Somebody
Look at
else.
those.
Same one. Same location.
I was just storing these up for a long time, so.
Been busy as road work, so we just gotta put these on the back burner.
Oh, another permit.
Is that it for the permits?
That's it.
I'll make a motion to approve these building permits.
I'll second that motion.
Got a motion and a second to approve all the utility permits for Raccoon Valley and then West Central Water.
Now you can sign it.
Any other
Start
discussion?
signing.
Don't miss any now.
If there's no discussion, we'll call for the vote. All in favor, say aye.
That's all colored up. Aye.
They were saving paper there on that one.
I
think.
guess.
All
Is that
opposed,
got
same
an X
sign.
through it?
Motion carries.
Yeah. Got an X
That's
through
what
it.
they were saving paper.
Can I go to my pickup and get my stamp?
You got one?
I got one.
Save a lot of trouble.
We can keep moving. I can sign these as we're going.
The next thing I've got is highway light for 161, 141 junction down at Dedham. That's where this little yellow and green hexagon is down there. Quite some time ago, Gene asked me about that, and I think we talked about it up here. And I requested that they get us a price, and
I
they've
had
given us a
people out of Dedham request that we get a light out there.
price and a drawing, and their location looks like suitable to us. We surveyed where they were gonna place the pole and where we're gonna put the wire. They're gonna charge us $28.81 per month for a 400-watt LED light at the corner. Mid-American's the one supplying it. Still have time to change our minds, and
So Mid-America put the pole and the light up.
we'll put the pole, the light, and the wire.
So they're doing all the work.
They're doing all the work, and they'll charge $28.81
After that.
for that, yeah.
And the maintenance of theirs is theirs up from there.
It is, yeah.
Was there a light there? Did there used to be a light there?
No, there's
No.
kind of a yard light down the way.
Ways down the ways, there's a yard light.
It's an awkward turning angle.
Yeah.
Follow that.
Point 100 down here is where the light's gonna be, kind of right in the corner of that radius. This is,
You wouldn't think
some
you
of the
would have
points
that
are where
much
the wire's
traffic
gonna
right
be,
there,
and
but
then tie it on to.
had to sit in that lane
existing
and
pole.
wait
You
for
can
someone,
kinda see it there.
more often than not. I don't know how it works out that way, but.
I'm surprised you didn't come from the north.
Yeah, it don't seem that busy.
No, maybe it looks like-
Until you want to turn
They,
there.
Yeah.
I think that pole, and then they kind of.
So you wanna turn off of 141
Oh,
or coming
okay.
on to?
I was thinking
141.
141 coming
Okay.
off and turning into Dedham.
Yeah,
It's like-
okay.
Yeah, it's that kind of
Just-
diagonal.
Didn't make sense to me, I was thinking the corner.
Yeah, he's what he said.
Yeah, I can see where they're stuck. And I think we got a light on that already.
By the cemetery out there?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one on the east intersection. We can't have many of these intersections left anymore, can we?
No, we can't. Couldn't tell you, we've got a map that shows them all and shows the details, but I didn't bring it with me.
I'll make a motion to approve the installation of the street light.
And I will second that.
Okay, got a motion and a second to approve the utility light. Any other discussion? Now, call for the vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
We'll start passing drains around if that's okay. The first one, Butch Gregory called in to report a hole in the county tile in drain 46 in section 25 of Glidden Township, right there where the 46 is by Ralston. The hole in the tile's about 200 yards in, off of 210th Street or 430 there. Next one's on drain 67, kind of down there by the, what we call the new four-way stop on drain 67, which is right next to drain 90. Dale Sporer called in, and there's a broken tile, and he will flag that. It's in section 5 of Union Township.
Is that on that McAlpin farm where we left that road ditch to clean out? Is that in that area?
I can't tell you for sure, Marty. I'll look at the maps. The next one's a beaver dam on drain 90, which is pretty typical of that, about an annual affair, where that outlets in section 5 in the creek. It outlets in an open ditch from a bulkhead.
Place the sign on
That'll probably take somebody with a pretty good sized excavator. There's kind of a mud spot in there, wash, Dick Point's what I would call it. A beaver dam, at least 2 or 3 places that have got down trees, but I don't know what to do about the down trees. That could get into quite a bit of work. If you've ever been down
Which one's
there.
that one?
That's drain 90.
Drain 90. On that, is that below the trees where that dam is at, Dave?
Yes, yeah.
Between there and the fence
So
line.
the beaver dam is gettable, and it's kind of it's got a hole in it right now,
Mhm.
and that nick point's got a hole in it too, but they're both taking up some grade. The water's about that high from the top of the tile, which I think is a 46-inch tile.
Yeah.
So it's
In the back and things up.
kind of backing things up a little bit. Yeah, you said maybe that you could talk to
I
Todd, or...
can give Todd a call, maybe I'll give you a holler, we'll see what the weather does here the next couple of days. Maybe sometime toward the end of the week, maybe we can go out and take a look at it with Todd.
Okay. Yeah, they burnt the grass off, so it's real good traveling in there.
Good.
Last week, we approved one for Matt Connor, and when they went out to check it, they found the drain right next to it, drain 20, also has troubles, has a sinkhole in the drain, and trouble with the outlet pipe on that one too. It's the one on the left there, sinkhole drain 20. Interesting, two drains outlet that close there into drain 23. And the last, not the least, Jim Hermson called, report a hole in a 12-inch tile in section 10 of Richland. Drain 97. He marked the hole with a flag, it's in the waterway. Pretty nice map of that one too.
That's it for the drain?
That's it.
I'll make a motion to approve the drain repairs.
I'll second it.
Got a motion and a second to approve the 4 drain repairs. Any other comments or questions? Now, we'll call for the vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
The dealership that's got cars on both sides of the road.
Oh, that's a big-
That
that's
one
a
that's
big-
gonna take a big excavator to get, you know, somebody can do that,
Speed
or?
bump.
Yeah.
So Todd Grossman.
Todd Grossman.
See if he
It's
can.
got their
This is a bit bigger than
signs,
ours.
got Stop signs.
I don't know who we
Yeah.
got, one time we got somebody with a
Bend
long
over.
stick in there, I don't know
I
if that
mean,
was
they really-
Arcadia or...
I did it
You
one
do
time.
slow down.
Seems to be
I
about...
like those signs.
That was on the
They're
upper
nice.
end though.
Yeah.
Deep
Yeah.
up.
This is just a little more than a quarter mile in.
Yeah.
It's a big bump.
Just over
Or,
Simon's
I shouldn't
ground.
say.
There's a lot of
this is-
traffic on there,
Yeah.
but it slows them up.
Dave, this morning on the way up here, I put a flag in their shoulder. They're across from Dave's Stores, north of that underpass.
Uh-huh.
On the west side, there's a hole in there, it's in the grass, about 3 by 3 and at least maybe 4 foot deep.
So you were off on the gravel then?
Yeah. But it's off on the shoulder.
Okay.
But I did flag it, because it's a big hole. It's equipment going down the road, now somebody, if you meet somebody there, so somebody should take a look at it. And it don't look like there's a tile there. But it's just a big, looks a big sinkhole.
We get down Templeton, swing by that way.
Yeah. I was thinking about taking a short road trip today, maybe to Templeton, run by the fuel depot, talk about it a little bit, stuff over there. And run down to Templeton, possibly pass through Dedham on the way. Then come back.
Roundabout in Templeton.
We could talk about that.
You can talk all you want.
I see a 4-1
So you
split.
guys wanna-
I was gonna say, it sounds like to me like he's outnumbered.
Sounds to me like he's outnumbered.
That highway that comes out of Lakeville.
I'm not good at math,
Take
but-
north and then it tees and you can go right
Getting better.
on the county road.
Uh-huh.
Down gravel. There's a big hole, like where you turn.
Sounds like
Pothole.
my friends are.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's that way.
Guess you
Probably
should
lost
do
a tire.
We've been out patching potholes, but...
But, yeah, I noticed it when I went up there 2 different times. within about a month
Where
of
those
each other.
pine trees are all.
He said he had a sense of humor this morning,
South
but
side
it
of
ain't
the road.
showing.
No. I know, he's not letting it out.
There's Lauderdale.
Of course it sure is.
Okay, so yeah, when you go north and then it T's, there's a T intersection, and you go right, you stay on county pavement, or you can go left on gravel,
Of course, I
that's.
didn't.
That's what I
spend
saw
much time
this
on the way up
weekend.
there.
Oh,
There are
yeah.
several people that have went,
Big speed bump,
Yeah,
about 5
it's a
feet.
raised,
Yeah, it's
raised.
Into the
raised,
field.
and then
Years
they've
ago,
got the
they
little
built
things on the
driveway at
inside,
the end of it, so
little
nobody
signs
moves
in the middle of the road that you,
Use,
and then the sign, you know, the people walk, it was a dealership that had both sides of the road. That's what it was, and there's people walking back and forth.
Could you drive a Corvette over it?
You could drive a Corvette over it, just barely. It
Not
might
that-
rub-
not
might
that I-
actually rub.
Not that I have to worry about it.
Well, there's some, heck, I had, out there in Omaha, there's some I hit with Buick.
Interesting.
Oh, it's like those, railroad, those spring-loaded ones.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then, but the speed bump's about 4 feet,
Yeah.
maybe 5 feet.
Why?
That should be more accurate. Could you drive a Prius over it?
I think a Prius can do anything. Everybody I talk to says, I pulled a trailer with mine, I did this with mine. I'm like, unless there's snow on the ground, I wouldn't drive one. I drove one in the snow once, and it was.
Oh, my gosh.
It was too light to get
Nobody wanna
around.
pull a trailer with a Prius.
Just a little one.
You know, it's about 5 feet, and then they do have it marked, you know.
There's our signs, that's the kind of
Those are-
signs we got.
Oh,
Is that the kind of signs you're getting?
Yeah.
Good.
What the hell he pulling?
You're not gonna put them in the middle of the road, though. All right.
Roller,
No, I don't think there'd be room to get through, there's only
Yeah,
about
we're
20
gonna
be
feet
pretty
width.
tight, yeah.
Got more goods than
Okay.
I got.
Yeah.
I think
It's not
the UPS
starting,
and the
it's
FedEx
stopping.
guys might be a
Yeah.
little upset if they
Yeah.
hit the signs every time they
They've got a
get-
name for that, but I can't remember what it is. It's not a speed bump, it's
It reminds me of one of those things that are like in the water and you can jump on them and the people on the one end go. Those things that are filled with air, it's kind of what it looks like, those jump
Those,
pads or jump, whatever those
Those
are.
mats?
Yeah, where you can jump on one side and the people
Oh,
sitting
okay,
on the
yeah.
other go flying.
Yeah.
Looks like that.
that's
Yeah, I
just
can't
a
believe those
plateau
mats
out
were-
there.
Mhm. It's about 6
People out
feet.
on that.
Yeah.
I mean, that, you could clear snow with that.
You could, yeah. Yeah. And you can go over it a little faster.
Yeah. If you went over it too fast, you know, boom, it would, you'd notice it, yeah.
You take
Fast
the bus
as you
over
may
it,
wear.
would you?
What's that?
Just take the bus over it.
No, I actually had a car.
Technology
Yeah.
To keep the wheel.
Took the car over, Corvette.
Really?
It won't drop.
Test
all
drove
over,
it.
It'll start by, it senses it. if it
No, it's too
drops
far to service it.
That's not a
This is in
normal one.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
And they're gonna start coming in the newer cars. So when you go across them, instead of going like this.
Those are pretty neat
feel a little
cars.
bit better.
Self-level.
Is that it for you?
I think, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll hang around until,
Okay, we'll keep moving then. We'll go down next to the plats. We have 3 plats today, all 3 in East Township. Has everyone had a chance to review those?
Yeah, well, we didn't get that first one, at least I didn't see an email on it.
Let me take a peek at that first one here.
I visited with Carl this morning, and he said that's the house.
Yeah.
They're.
Well, looking at it here, that's what I assumed it was.
No, it's the Mrs. Rollins's house. And then there's the, thinks we know what the others are.
If there are no questions on the plats, I think they're all pretty straightforward. I'd make a motion to approve plats.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, we got a motion and a second to approve the 3 plats. Any other discussion? Not, we'll call for the vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, all opposed, same sign. Motion carries. That will go down to item number 3 is tax abatement resolution, and that's also in your packet.
Where are these plots of land at?
This is the Tigas Farm down by Willie, the conservation.
Yeah, it's
It was
nice.
previously when we did this, it was deeded in the,
Heritage Foundation, wasn't it?
yeah,
Yeah.
the,
National Heritage Foundation.
yes. And last year, if you remember, we paid off the loan, and then it got deeded to Carroll County. And now that it's owned by Carroll County, we can do this because it's conservation land. And
Well, I'm just.
This is only the portion that's used for recreation, right?
Correct,
Sure.
yep.
So it's
Cindy
not farm
spoke,
land.
Cindy
You know,
spoke to
There's usually one
Jason,
same as the other one. You
got
got-
clarification on these 2 parcels and what the use was. And they're classified similar as like Swan Lake would be, where it's a conservation recreation area. So that's, I wasn't aware, you know, because we'd built them in the past.
Well, I called up here Friday and then they talked to Jeannie, and she said that that's what this was. that
Yeah.
There's rules in the assessments that when it's recreation, it's not, public recreation is not taxable.
Yeah, and it's part
So
of its
these
conservation
are not
area.
the parks that's being farmed, you know, and that was my concern.
Yeah, because I was concerned about that too.
Because we always said that we were gonna tax for them.
Yeah.
So,
And I don't have a problem with this. I would think the other authorities maybe have a problem with schools, et cetera, et cetera.
Mhm.
But
No, it's the
county's
same way
good
with,
about it, yeah.
same way with the county farm.
County farms, the
Yeah.
same
Yeah.
thing, yeah.
But it's something with the way it's classified that they're not taxable.
Yeah, and I don't think it got caught when it changed hands
Yeah.
by the assessor's
That's the way
office,
I
which
brought up today.
she noticed it because they were delinquent and they hadn't been paid, so.
I will make a motion to approve the tax abatement resolution.
Okay. Got a motion, we need a second?
I'll second that.
Got a motion and a second, it's a resolution, we need a roll call?
Dancer?
Yes.
Ruggles?
Yes.
Shetler?
Yes.
Bach?
Yes.
Miners?
Yes.
Motion carries. Looks like there's a place here for everybody to sign.
That would be moving, we'll go down to the manure management annual updates, we've got 3 of them today. There's one in section 27 of Pleasant Valley Township, that one there's no changes. One in section 8 of Ewell Township, and there's no changes there. And also one in section 35 of Sheridan Township, and there's no changes on that one. So that's all the manure management plans for today. So with that, we'll go down to committee reports. Rich, you wanna start?
Yep, Friday I didn't have much last week, it was light week. Friday I went to the county extension coffee. And this week is upcoming week, Tuesday, tomorrow, Marty and I are gonna meet with Representative Steve King here in the courthouse at 10 o'clock. And then we have a jail meeting at 2, and there is a watershed meeting at 12, and we'll see if I can make most of them. We'll see what happens. And the rest of the week, I'm kind of empty, and then I'm gonna be out of
There's a
town.
jail meeting this week?
Yeah, just
Tomorrow
got an
too.
email this morning.
Okay, Dean.
I just had, I didn't have any official meetings last week. I met with Tammy Murray, Neil called me about a situation in Mount Carmel. I went and talked to the individual. She's got some options that she's going to try to address. Other than that, I guess I didn't realize there was a jail meeting. I'll be attending that this week, otherwise I have no official business.
Thanks, Dean. Neil?
Okay. Slow week last week as well. I did attend the chamber coffee at the extension office, where the extension is celebrating their 100th year of existence, so had a real nice coffee there. Also, I read the Capitol News, and apparently the bill has passed both houses of the Senate, and Gene Myers, on behalf of Supervisors, has signed a letter opposing HF 2372 against, and what that legislation is about is forcing them to vote differently than what they are, 3 different counties apparently. And I understand that we're against it. Maybe Gene can elaborate on this because of our home rule. It's legislative branch trumping our home rule. And I also see where the supervised resolution publication is going further, and this allows supervisors to not publish the full content of the resolutions unless they have to do with a bond issue. And this week, I have to sign checks for RSV, foster grandparent. Going to attend the county wellness blood draw Tuesday, and have a jail committee meeting on Tuesday as well.
Okay. Gene?
Well, I will elaborate, and you're right. It's basically due to the home rule that it's just taken away the way we govern ourselves. and they're dictating to how counties should be represented and not let the counties represent
Interest you
themselves.
a little bit.
They've changed that bill around several times, but we did have this letter, and it was approved by the executive board, and there, before I did sign it, and we sent it on to the governor requesting that she vetoes that bill, so.
Has she taken any action either way?
I haven't heard anything. We just did this last week, Thursday? Yeah, I think it was Thursday. So that was that. And then last week I had a policy council meeting, which was actually kind of a short one. We went through the program report. Their numbers are up. We're getting to the point of the year where we don't have to fill those numbers anymore. There was not really much other than that in that report. We didn't have any health and safety, classroom, playground reports. Everything was fine there. They talked about the committee self-assessment. They're working on it. Program goals. They had that. They're doing the 5-year and well, I guess that's not the, I don't have that here. Oh, here it is. The actual, there's two of them. There's a self-assessment one, which is a yearly deal, and they can see that the blues are all things being done. But if you get into this next report, and I got this stapled wrong, is this 5-year strategy plan. These are green, so which means they're all ongoing. They're constantly changing on those as regulations change. We talked about staff updates. We only had a lead teacher that we need down at Waukee, and we're advertising, but we're not gonna push on it because it's hard to get one this time of year at the end of the school year, and Waukee is probably our worst market to try to hire people with. That's it next to Des Moines. And then we also did have a mental health coordinator up here at Carroll resigned just lately, plans on getting back into the private practice. They did go review the parent evaluation results, and that was real good. She looked at things in there like making sure we're doing what we're doing, like regarding going from half-day classes to full-day classes by asking about daycare and stuff. And it appears that it supports what we're doing, that there is need for that full-day classes so that you can use that as, it's also used as their daycare basically. So it does support what we're doing. Talked about some grants we got for down Perry and Waukee, and one of the other things we talked about, we don't have a playground site down at Waukee yet, and that's about a $35,000 deal project. She plans on trying to hopefully by the end of the year make up through the budget that she can get enough to try to get that done. Particularly where we got these two grants that they weren't allowed in Waukee, but were allowed in Perry. And so that'll release some funds from the Perry project that she can do in the Waukee. Then on Thursday, we had our board meeting. Chad was not there. His mother was very ill and has since passed away. The funeral will be Tuesday up at Rembrandt. We did go through the financials, approve them. We did extend our line of credit. We have a line of credit for $200,000 that we hardly ever use, but we do have it there in case with particularly our funding comes in cycles as it's spent, then we get it. So there's times that we may have to tip into that, but we haven't had it for the last couple of years. Basically, then I would report on Head Start stuff just like we did. And then Sherry had some final year on our closeout on our CBDG funds, our S-file 425, which is a federal financial report, and SF 428, which shows our personal property, and an SF 429 shows the real property. We did approve a DOE contract for $71,064, which is 45% of the year, which should net out about $157,000 for the year. We did approve the Iowa Weatherization Program, the designation for additional signatories. Let's see. Did approve the community service CSBG 6-month program report, and also approve the community service block grant application. That thing shows the application is due, and I don't remember what day it's due. It's due here shortly, but anyway, it's got everything from the executive summary and the plan and achievement of results and evaluation of national performance indicators. And that was basically our board meeting. That was this last week. And then besides the other thing I took care of with ISAC there, this week I have got, I'm going to get a right calendar here. I have jail committee meeting tomorrow, if I get back from Des Moines in time. And then Thursday and Friday I have the ISAC board retreat for the supervisors. That will be down in Manning and Templeton. So that we will be at. So that'll be my week.
Okay.
We're glad you're hosting it in Carroll County, Jim.
Well, yeah. We always host it wherever the president's at. A lot of times they do it at the county seat. Of course, you know, this guy's a little different, I think.
Speaking of yourself.
Yeah, anyway, I'm speaking for myself. I thought, you know, let's show what small communities do. You know, Templeton and Maine have got some good things going on, so we're utilizing the hotel over at Manning. The women will be touring the house barn and touring some stuff in Manning. Well, we're getting transported over to Templeton, and we're gonna have our meeting in a Templeton Center. And then the women will be joining up with us. We will then tour the center, tour Templeton Rye, tour in Madame Mary, and Clucky Custom Cabinets. And then we'll eat in Templeton and going back to Manning, and they can go to bed. I will return back to Templeton in my own bed. And then Friday, we will finish up our meeting at the house barn. They have a little meeting room there that we'll, instead of transporting it. I have, Region 12 has got that new van bus that we're utilizing for transportation. So and it's all come together, but it's going to be a good deal.
Yeah.
Sounds like you've done a lot of work to make all the dots connect.
Progress.
Well,
Put that roundabout.
you gotta remember, we got a
Yeah.
young lady down there in Des Moines that's actually comes from this part of the country. It's very good, and her name is Kelsey Seabrook.
Okay.
She's originally from Manila down there, and of course I know two of her aunts want to work for me at one time. She fits into the crowd.
Okay, thanks, Gene. Last weekend, pretty easy week. I just got a call from Jim Thorne on that grade 90 last week. I'll be following up on that. Dave and Todd Grossman this week. This week, we got the meeting tomorrow morning with Steve King at 10 o'clock on the new FAA ruling. And that 20,000 feet, if you other guys want to sit in on it, you're welcome to it. We're just going to meet here at 10 o'clock in the boardroom. So that's
Tomorrow at 10 o'clock?
Tomorrow at 10, yep. And then I got Carl's going to also sit in on it, and Wiltsey Kretzinger and Steve King. So we're going to review that and see how we need to go about that down the road. And then at 1 o'clock tomorrow is the jail, or 2 o'clock tomorrow is the jail meeting. Wednesday or Thursday, I'll have Region 12 checks to sign, and then Thursday and Friday is also the ISAP retreat in Penny, Templeton. So that's my week. And then I've got a letter here that Courtney gave me from DNR. This is in regard to the Chandler and Tim Fooden's new cattle barn that they're building. If anyone has any comments that they, or any regarding this site, they can bring those forward to us, and we have to forward those to DNR if we get any comments. So we already have had the public hearing on it, but this is for any additional comments before they start. So that's it for that, and with that, we're in order for a motion to adjourn, so we go on over to it.
I have one thing
Oh,
here.
one thing for
This
you.
is this survey here.
Okay.
He said he didn't get a chance to give you all a map, so I'm just
Okay.
gonna pass these around.
Notified that.
Yeah, if I can use my papers here. You guys do the work.
Okay, anything else?
No.
Okay, in order for the motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Why would there be
Yeah.
a separate one here?
What's that?
What?
It's basically a closed meeting.
Why would there be a separate little piece here that looks like?
There won't be any decisions made. We're just gonna see how we wanna move forward with it.
Okay. All right.
You're gonna air your complaints to him and see what happens.
Mhm.
Do we need to have the room cleaned up a little bit? Or do you guys not even care?
No, I don't care.
Who has,
Dean's got a review today.
you look thrilled.
I'm excited.
He's got jazz hands going, he is excited.